Well, folks, welcome to a quick rapid fire episode of the 6 Yard Line podcast. Because a little
I got a
drama.
rant. I got a rant
Well,
about
yeah,
Chelsea because, so I saw this. So I saw it today. If you haven't seen it, Chelsea got a suspended sentence and a hefty fine today for illegally recruiting players during the Roman Abramovich era, which we all knew. And Clear Lake, when they took over Chelsea, did report it, which everybody knew. To the extent, what bugs me about this, and I wasn't really that bothered when I saw it this morning. I was like, oh yeah, it's a slap on the wrist, it's nothing. But then you start really reading kind of what it did and the effect it actually had. Then you start to ask questions about why. So they signed, I think it was a whole bunch of players from Eden Hazard and all these guys that helped Chelsea become. I think it's the second time Jose Mourinho was at the club. It's that period. They won 6 trophies. So they illegally spent £47.5 million on player agents, under the table deals to sign players, recruit players, to paying people off, third parties, and all these kind of things. So they benefited it. So they benefited to the tune of 100 to 150 million. They won 6 trophies. And then they get a fine today, no points deduction because they worked with the league, which they did. They reported it. But the question for me, and I think the more I read from not just Forest fans, Everton fans, but Forest and Everton got points deductions for overspending on PSR by 19 million, by 10 million. Right? Chelsea's overspent illegally by 47 million. Or 47.5 million, and they've got a transfer ban which is suspended for 2 years. They've got a ban on signing players to their academy. Whoop-de-doo. They've got 700 players on their books. That makes no difference to them. And then they just get a fine and a slap on the wrist like it's nothing. And I think that's where I'm irritated, because there clearly looks like there's a 2-tier punishment system in this league. If you are not in the Cartel 6, you are going to get, essentially, you're just going to get a slap on the wrist. And then the rest of the league seems to have, if you do this, you're going to get a points deduction. And it blows my mind that they're so open. And so I don't care. Forest worked with them. Everton didn't. But at the end of the day, how have we not got our points back? We should get our points back. We got fined.
well, what makes it worse is, and you're going to have Chelsea fans that are going to be like, well, you can't compare because it was a different era and it wasn't during the PSR era. That's a valid point, but it's not as if it was something that just benefited you in surviving versus being relegated. How it benefited you is you won trophies. So essentially, you cheated to win those titles. You broke the rules that every other club during that era followed, if you want to focus on that era. And this wasn't happening to any other club. So I can see why that would be the only reason why I can see how they can't deduct points, because it's based on something that happened in an era that really, it becomes a sticky situation, and most likely that Chelsea would appeal it. An arbitrator I could see siding with Chelsea on that. So because again, Chelsea's working with the league. They made sure that from the start that was probably off the table as part of punishment, right? Is this fair? No. Right? Even with whatever financial punishment, should be more than 2 years, because we know Chelsea, they're going to find a way to skirt the rules. You know what they're going to do is, it's called Strasbourg. They're just going to sign players to that club and fill up that academy. And once the ban is lifted, all these players get transferred and moved over. And you know what I mean? So we already know they will be prepared for this.
But this is the thing. This is what irritates me about it, right? It's like you've got a 2-tiered system. You do have a 2-tier system, and no one can argue you can't, because they still face 74 charges, right, from the Premier League over FFP breaches, which is rumored to also be another hefty fine and no points, which is building up for the day they're going to turn around and say Manchester City's got the world's biggest fine and no points deducted, no titles given back. So what it is essentially saying, and I saw Stan Collymore say this today, it's okay now. Just go out. If you're in Newcastle and you've got the richest owner in the world, just go and spend money, because now you can turn around and say, you know what? You didn't deduct Chelsea points, and they've set a precedent. So now teams will then go and get the high-powered lawyers to go and fight it. And if I'm Forest, if I'm Marinakis, I don't know, the Everton board's got that much money, I would go and fight for that, because you've set a tone where their points aren't deducted. Why we got points deducted last year? If these rules don't matter, and if cheating doesn't matter to the Premier League, then why is it one rule for one and not the same? This is where the problem is in the Premier League. They are ruining the Premier League because they keep doing stuff like this. They've not held City accountable for their 115 charges for 15 years, however long that's been going on. It feels like forever. We were told last year we were going to get a response in March. It is March 2026, and they're still not punished for it. Like, there's a whole calendar year, and I'm so sick of it. It's not even funny anymore, because it's clearly so broken that they don't know what to do, and they're just slapping him on the wrist. And the kicker is, and I saw Chelsea fans saying, well, we're going to pay a fine. No, you're not. That 10 million is actually taken off the sale of the club that goes to Abramovich, because it was his crime. So it's not even going to get $1 out of Chelsea. Not one penny is coming. It's coming from the Abramovich sale. So all they've got out of all this is they got 6 trophies. They made 150 million during that period. They were successful. They signed a whole lot of players that built success for the future. And all you've got is a suspended sentence. Just Mickey Mouse doesn't even come close to it. It's so stupid. It's just ridiculous. What's the point of the Premier League anymore? You might as well just go and have a damn Super League and leave the rest of the league to the people that actually want to play in it. Because at the end of the day, we're not playing on the same rules, and I'm so fed up of it. It's not even funny. This isn't just about Forest or Everton or Leicester, because they also got dinged. It's not clear what the rules are anymore. So if you can't figure it out, just let everyone have a damn free-for-all and let's see who wins with an arms race. Because if they're going to cheat and get away with it, what's the point? I don't see the point anymore. I don't see the point in the Premier League. You might as well just go and have a damn Super League. Get Real Madrid, get Barcelona, and then let the rest of us just get on with it and have the English game back. Because at the end of the day, between VAR and the Premier League, they're killing the game. They're killing the enjoyment, and they're killing the sporting. It's not sporting when one team's allowed to cheat and not face any points deductions, and other teams are. Like, regardless of whether it was this year, last year, or 6 years ago, if you've cheated, you've cheated. And I'm done. Like, it's just, you saw it last week when I think that girl was on the overlap and she said, it's not fun in the Premier League because they have made it so difficult to try and be competitive. And they made it so difficult for fans to really enjoy the games because now they're priced out of it. It's all about the money. And there's 6 clubs that are just, and Sky Sports are just as big a hypocrites as anybody in keeping certain teams at the certain top because that's what they want for their business. Well, let them just leave at this point. I'm just so over it. It's not even funny. It's just so unfun to watch the games. They've taken the joy out of it. They absolutely have. I'm done.
Yeah. That's it. That's it, folks. Really, like I said, rapid fire. There's one thing that Noel had to get off his chest, and I really can't say much because, my team, quote unquote, is part of that, Cartel 6. So let me just leave it alone. So that's it. This is one where you better make sure you're subscribed to get this episode. And please give Noel a thumbs up and a comment. Let him know how you feel. So thanks again.
Makes me feel better.
There you go. Have a good one, folks. Take care.